Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D Remake. Because apparently nostalgia prints money. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D Remake. Because what the world really needed in 2025 wasn't new ideas, innovation, or meaningful storytelling, but another glossy coat of paint on games older than most players' parents. Square Enix, ever the master of squeezing nostalgia until it bleeds, has once again taken two NES relics from the 1980s, slapped on some fancy lighting, and said, "Here, you like pixels, right?" Let's start with the HD-2D look, that buzzword they've been milking since Octopath Traveler. It's that strange hybrid where sprites think they're living in a diorama made of depth-of-field filters and god rays. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty. So is a wax figure. But under the sparkling veneer lies the same ancient gameplay loop of walk, fight, heal, repeat, now in glorious, overlit detail. The story in Dragon Quest I, you're a silent protagonist sent to kill a dragon and rescue a princess who's basically furniture. In Dragon Quest II, you play as her descendants, because apparently the developers thought medieval nepotism was a selling point. The narrative depth is roughly equivalent to a puddle after light rain. But hey, it's classic, which in Square Enix terms means don't question the writing. It's sacred. Combat. The turn-based combat remains as gripping as watching an Excel spreadsheet auto-calculate. You press attack, sometimes spell, and occasionally item, while listening to the same three bleeps that must have haunted composer Koichi Sugiyama's synth in 1987. But now, the menus have shadows. Revolutionary. Gameplay. Yes, you can still get lost because the game refuses to tell you where anything is. Figure it out, the remake proudly insists, as if forcing players to reenact an 8-bit scavenger hunt is a noble challenge rather than bad design. The developers could have added waypoints, quality of life features, or modern conveniences, but that would have risked making the game fun. Soundtrack and presentation. The music's been fully orchestrated, a wonderful touch if you enjoy epic scores accompanying the act of murdering slimes. Every note screams, "You're having an adventure!" Even when you're just wandering in circles because all medieval towns look the same. The characters look lovely in HD-2D too, though their facial expressions range from neutral to more neutral. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake is like a museum exhibit you can walk through. It's charming, nostalgic, and meticulously crafted. But make no mistake, it's still ancient history dressed up for Instagram. Square Enix wants you to believe you're reliving a golden era of RPGs. What you're really doing is paying $60 to discover how patient gamers had to be before save points and quest markers existed. Verdict? Beautiful nostalgia trip for those who think grind is a personality trait, a sleep aid for anyone else. Score 6/10, a heroic quest against boredom.